Stretch to close, the behind the back pass to Rui for seemingly unlimited threes from him, and then you scored 9 straight yourself. How did those actions come about? What were you reading? What was the conversation on the court, and how did you end up executing like you did?
It was really just, playing basketball. Obviously, when you got, guys like Bron and AD, it makes life a little easier. But, it's the games is not the same. It's more physical and stuff like that. But like the little stuff in basketball, stays the same regardless. Regular season, playoffs. So, we closed the game great. Yeah, and that's really it.
Austin, after a couple of those buckets, you ran back toward the bench yelling, I'm him, I'm him. What was that moment like for you and just kind of everything that was going on in your head?
It's a lot of emotions. You dream about being, on a stage like this. The best basketball players in the world. It's the playoffs, and I got hot late and have fun.
At halftime, I don't know if you guys had a sense for what AD's status was. Memphis had gone on a run. What were the adjustments that were made? Was there anything major? And then, I think you guys end up winning the second half, 69 to 45 or 47 or something like that. What was the big difference?
We didn't really know, what AD's status was. So we were talking about next man up mentality. If something was bad wrong with him, thank God that nothing major is wrong with him. And it was it was really just focusing on ourselves. I felt like there was stretches in the first half that we talked about in halftime that we kind of let it get away from ourselves. So it was more so about us. Obviously, you make little adjustments here and there, how the game's going for them as well. But it was more so about us.
Were you as calm as a group as it seemed? I mean, after halftime and whatnot, because it didn't seem like anybody, was worried or concerned at all.
Yeah, I mean, they made the run, at the end of the second, and kind of felt like the game should have been, 10-12, but you look up and it's 6. So it's not like, you're getting beat, like I said, 12, 15, 10, going into half. We led most of the first half. But like I said, the run, you look up, and we played consistent basketball for the most part the first half, and you look up after a run like that, and instead of it being 12 to 15, it's 5, 6. So there wasn't really anything to worry about. It's a game of runs, so that was really what was talked about in the locker room.
Austin, the way you guys ended the regular season and even in the playing game, it wasn't necessarily your sharpest basketball. So did you guys have any trepidation or anxiousness going into this one, wondering whether you could, turn it up to this level? Or was there any signs that maybe you thought, oh, we will play at this level coming into today?
Yeah, I think it really started with AD and Bron's preparation and, how locked in they were. Not the day after we won against Minnesota, but the next day when we met, it was no joking, no nothing. They were super locked in, communicating what we could do to be great. And when you have those two guys like that, you don't have any choice but to, follow the lead. So I feel like we have a lot of talent. So that wasn't really a worry. It's just, when we lock in, we feel like, we got a really good chance regardless.
Austin, what did you see out of your backcourt mate, D'Angelo, compared to the playing game and tonight?
D'Lo's a really, really good basketball player, and I think what people were talking about for him after or during the playing game or after the playing game was he didn't play well, but you go back and look, and he had 8 assists. He's so unselfish that carries a long way for a group. When he comes off a pick and roll, swing, or you kick it to him for what he has a 3, but he throws the extra. It goes a long way. So it's not always about what you see, on the stat sheet. And then obviously tonight he was big. What do you have? 19 points, 7 assists. He's like I said, he's really good, and it's not always about what you see on here. It's other stuff too, in the locker room, him instilling confidence in me and the rest of the guys as well.
Before you go, our locker room is open if anybody wants to come in, go in, but Rui, AD, and LeBron will be back to the goal.
Y'all can take off.
Austin, Kurt Sandoval, ABC7. Hey, when you guys are down 6 at the half and there's so much uncertainty with AD, describe what it was like to be an integral part of that third quarter where you guys put up 37.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, thank God AD is okay, and he come out and played a great second half. But it was, like I said, really just about us in halftime, kind of limiting mistakes and keeping those to a low so they can't get out in transition, make them score in the half court. But yeah, it was really everybody was calm, like I said, and ready to just get back out there and hoop some more.
More questions for you? Bill? Last question.
He's tied.
Obviously, Rui came here, I think kind of trying to get his career back on track and stuff. How have you kind of seen him, I guess, find his identity more as a basketball player, and just how happy were you for him to have the game that he had today?
Rui was huge today, and his skill set is crazy. Like for us to get him, along with all the other talent we have, it just brings another aspect to our team. He obviously shot the ball really well tonight, but he was solid on the defensive end too, making plays there, and he never really tries to do too much. He's always under control, likes to get to his spots. Like I said, catch and shoot was really good. So, it's a big shout out to him for, having a performance like that. So we're going to need it some more. Appreciate y'all.
Rui is on his way.